Hey everyone, it's Lizzie and welcome to my channel. So today is going to be a get ready with me. Today is my filming day, so I'm going to be filming a bunch of videos. So I figured, why not film me getting ready, because that's just an extra video that I can put out as well. I also did get a comment from somebody, I can't remember what her name was, but she liked my makeup look in one of my videos and asked me to do a makeup look on it. But I don't really want to be doing tutorials just because I don't feel like I'm that, I don't know, I'm not into makeup as I used to be before, although I really do love it. So instead of doing a tutorial, I just figured I'll do a get ready with me. I just actually filmed a skincare routine, so I'm not sure if you can tell, but my skin is looking, or it feels amazing and so soft. So that video should be out by the time you see this. If it is, I will leave it in the description box down below, as well as all the products that I'm going to be mentioning as well. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start off with my brows. I usually do brows, eyes, and then face. I know a lot of people like to do face first, but I like to do my eyes. So I'm going to be using the NYX micro brow pencil, which I love so much, and it's pretty inexpensive as well. I didn't really plan what I was going to talk about in this video, but I just want to say thank you to everyone that is watching, especially the videos that I'm doing surrounding career. A lot of you guys have been relating. I've been getting DMs as well, and I don't have a huge following at all, so the fact that people are DMing me and just saying, you know, this resonated with me, or I'm going through this, and seeking advice and help, it just makes me want to one day sort of set up an organization for black girls, women, just people that are trying to get their career on track and can't, just because, you know, the odds are against them, because being a black woman in the world in general is not an easy task. And although it's amazing to be a black woman and to know that we're in a day and age now where people are empowering black women because they're seeing how unappreciated they are. And it's crazy because I got a DM the other day, and it was just a beautiful girl, lady I should say, not girl, she's probably around the same age as me, and you know, when it comes to her career, she's going through it, and I just wish there was, maybe there is out there, but I just don't know about it. There's organizations where they really cater to young black women and help them, you know, within their career, because a lot of times you are the only black person and it sucks. I think I'm actually wanting to do a rant video on that, because I didn't realize how hard it was going to be. Other than what I'm doing now, prior to then, I had never worked with black people. Like, I've always only been the I've only been the black person there, and that is disgraceful. I'm sorry. Maybe it's the field that I'm working in, which is sort of social media, digital marketing, all of that good stuff. But I have friends that work in that field and also are the only black person in their team. So I don't know what the hell's happening. But I would love to be able to set up something one day, because there's so much potential and we're just not given the opportunity, and it honestly sucks. But anyway, because I said I do want to do a rant video on that, I'm not going to speak too much on that topic about being the only black person working in a work environment, because that needs a whole video in itself. But I just want to say thank you, because when it comes to those videos, it seems to be resonating, and that's important, because I really thought at one point I was the only person going through these things, and not realizing that there's so many other women that are going through it. And it just made me realize that I'm not crazy, and that we are in a day and age where to be a woman is tough, to be a black woman is God help us. but it's a beautiful thing. It's bittersweet, to be honest. I feel like I can't talk and do my makeup. I'm all over the place. So I think I'm going to use the Naked 3 palette. Remember this palette? Oh god. Oh, I'm so glad I've gotten past the phase of just buying makeup for the sake of it, or because it's been hyped. Because you never finish these palettes and you just end up with like a billion of them. And I think I'm also going to use the Meet Matte Nude palette. I don't know if they even do this anymore, but I love this palette and it's still great and works perfectly fine. So I'm just going to sort of freestyle and see where this goes. I'm going to do it similar to my last look just because the person who commented likes that look, so I want to keep it fairly similar. So I'm going to go in with Matte Garcia and use that in my crease. This is like my go-to matte shade. But again, that brings me on to, because like I said, I want to do a rant video on being the only black person in a work environment and just how that feels, because I know a lot of people go through that. But saying that, when I was speaking to this person via Instagram who has been really going through it in terms of her career and so on and so forth, I realized that quite a lot of conversations that I've had with people, a lot of times we look at our friends, our family, people that we know, people that we went to school with, and we see that they're doing well, and we sometimes feel envious of that. And sometimes you might not even know that you're envious of that person, but a lot of times, which has happened to me in the past, where you're thinking, how come this person keeps getting this opportunity, keeps getting opportunities, and I'm just sitting here like struggling, can't find an opportunity, nobody wants to employ me, or nobody wants to give me an opportunity, or this thing isn't working out for me. And I just realized that a lot of times, everybody, including myself, we will always put out things that are going well for us. We never put out our hardships. We never put out what we're going through, just because nobody wants to listen to that, or nobody wants to air out their business. This is not working, I'm going to use my finger. Nobody wants to air out their business. So a lot of times we put out all the good things and all the things that are working for us, but in reality that's not the case. But again, if you don't know that person, you assume that everything is peachy and creamy. And I remember when I graduated, that was happening to me a lot. I was seeing so many people get opportunities, get their dream jobs, and I was just thinking, like, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And I realized that you really just have to stay in your lane, because you will miss out on your blessings. I'm telling you, if you are watching this right now and you're so focused, and it's a natural instinct, like it's natural to be somewhat envious or to wish, oh, I had this person's life, or why is this working for them and it's not working for me. It's a natural reaction, because that happens to me honestly till this day, and then I have to check myself and remember like who I am. Yeah, you can get sucked into that, and social media does not help one bit. And so my point is that stay in your lane in the nicest way possible. And I have to give myself this talk as well, because I get sucked into that bitter cycle of just wanting more, or wanting what somebody else has and not being able to achieve that. I am not feeling the way this eye look is going. It's so much harder to do makeup on camera. I can't remember last time I did a tutorial on this channel. But I think a way to overcome that feeling of wanting what somebody else has is to sort of focus on now, and focus on, because when you focus on what's happening now, and if it's not going great for you, it's really hard to see the future. But if you simply focus on what's ahead as opposed to what's now, and focus on what the potential results could be if you were to succeed in it, that should be your driving force. And I think that's the mindset that I'm into now. There are times where, not gonna lie, you do get into that unhealthy cycle. However, I snap out of it very quickly and I focus on, I think I have a vision of what the best version of myself could be, and that is my driving force. So even in the present, if it's not going that direction, or things are not looking too positive, that's not a big deal, because that's not the end, if that makes sense. I'm focusing on what's ahead, and if this was to turn out to be something amazing, that is the driving force, as opposed to what's working out now. Because if we all just focus on the now and things that aren't working out, would literally be nowhere. So that's where my mindset is at. I'm really into the sort of self-help, just personal development and growth, and just elevating myself to another level. But I'm a work in progress. I'm not feeling this eye look at all. I feel like I've low-key kind of ruined it, but we're focusing on the future, like I just said. So, but what's crazy is that I don't even have a huge following at all. Like, I have 12 point something K subscribers, but I don't get 12 point something K views. So the views that I do get, the people that I do connect with, it's so crazy how I get DMs, not a lot, but I get DMs of just people expressing themselves and people just resonating with certain things. I'm going to use some eyeliner. This is the Maybelline Hyper Precise All Day liner, and I'm going to do a wing. Okay, my eyeliner is done. I can't see because it's really bright, but I don't like how this is turning out at all, but we will make it work. I did use the MAC Malibu bronze. It's a Velux Pearl shadow, and it is from the Caitlyn Jenner collection. I use that on top just because the shade in here, what is it called, Factory, I wasn't liking how that was looking on my skin tone, so I guess that will be the look. For lashes, I'm going to be using the Ardell Demi Wispies. These are my go-to lashes that I love so much. So I'm just going to use these and apply with a tweezer. So my lashes are on. They're quite wet at the moment, so just waiting for them to dry. Oh, lashes, I feel like they never get easier for me to apply. So now onto the skin. So I'm going to be using one of my favorite products. It's the Yves Saint Laurent, oh my god, what is this thing called again? The Touche Eclat Blur Primer. I love this. I do have oily skin, but I love that luminous look now. Way back I used to prefer to look matte just because I'm oily, but now I'm all about looking luminous. So I love this, and it doesn't add to my oils. But I've been writing down some videos that I could film. I really want to do more career related videos, just because I feel like people are going through it. I mentioned this in the beginning, but if you have any video requests, feel free to comment that down below, or feel free to DM me. I find that most of my views comes from non-subscribers, which is weird. I'm not sure why that happens, but if you do have video requests, feel free to comment. I'm really enjoying doing content that I like and that content that I want to put out there, as opposed to doing what's super popular, but I like the fact that I'm mixing it up, doing sort of career related videos and then doing a bit of beauty like I'm doing now, and then vlogs, and just, you know, mixing it up. I don't think you should stick to one thing. If you don't want to, you should be able to include variety. I'm using the what is this called, the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra 24 Hour Makeup foundation. This is an OG foundation, and the only reason why I'm using it today is because I'm filming loads of videos. I would typically use my Fenty Beauty, but Fenty oxidizes on me, and after like 3 videos I'm going to start looking really oily, so I'm using my Lancome to keep me matte. And then for concealer, I'm going to use my MAC 24 Hour Studio Fix Concealer in the shade NW40. What happened to MAC? I remember MAC used to be the one, and now no one, like, people don't, you barely hear of it. I remember it used to be such a huge thing, and all the black girls used to use NW45. Well, that's what they used to recommend if you were black, even if you weren't NW45, or if you didn't go to someone that was black, they would end up giving you NW45. I remember those days. But yeah, I feel like they fell off a bit, or maybe I'm just, I don't wear, well, I'm not into makeup as much, so I don't focus on the collections as much. It looks really white on camera, but I promise it's not this light in person. And because I'm filming a bunch of videos, I sort of want my face to look cakey, because it won't look like that on camera. And I actually don't set my under eye, just because I don't have a loose powder, and I just haven't gotten around to purchasing one, so I don't set my under eye at all. For powder, I'm using the YSL All Hours setting powder in the shade B80. I believe this is in the shade chocolate, B80 chocolate, but I will double check that. I don't have my contour with me. I don't know where I put it, so I'm not going to contour today. I'm using the MAC Burnt Pepper. Is it Burnt Pepper? What is this? But yes, Burnt Pepper. Oh, and I got my hair braided. Well, by the time you see this, you would have seen a bunch of videos where my hair is braided up. But I braided up my hair. Well, I got someone to do it, and honestly, she didn't do it the way I wanted to. She didn't do it the way I wanted her to do it. It's too full for me. I wanted it less full so that I could have it, I have a middle part in so that it could lay flat, but because it's so full, I can't do that because it ends up looking bulky, so I'm not a huge fan of that. I really want to get what's that style called, knotless braids. But my friend said she paid £90 and the lady was trying to charge her 120, and I was like, I'm too cheap. I guess I'm way too cheap because I do not want to spend that much money on braids. The lady that I go to, she's a mobile hairdresser, and her prices are really good, which is why I just continue to go to her, although she's not really versatile in terms of the styles that she can do. But £120 knotless braids, it's a no for me. It's a no. So if anyone knows, actually, if you're watching this and you live in London, if anyone knows a hairdresser that can do knotless braids that's not £120, let me know. Because, and it's crazy because I follow a lot of Americans, and like they will get their hair braided for like it depends on the size. So it'll be like, I guess for the smaller the size, the more expensive it is, and sometimes I'm seeing like $250 for braids. I'm like, damn, it's expensive out there. blush that I used on top of burnt pepper was Nars Tahj Mahal, which is a cult favorite. If you have melanin, you need this. Any type of melanin, you need this one. You need this with you. So I'm using this. It's actually not a lip liner. This is so ratchet, but it's a brow pencil. I don't use it on my brows. It's from MUA. It's a brow pencil that I use on my lips. That might be a little ratchet, but I like the color. If you guys watch my skincare routine, you'll know that I have lip issues. I've got like this lip condition, God knows what it is. You might be able to see, I don't know if you're able to see it, but I have these really light areas. It low-key looks like I have vitiligo or something, like on my lips. So I'm trying to get that sorted out. So I don't really like to use products on my lips just because it's also really itchy. And so it probably isn't, no, I don't know why I said vitiligo, because vitiligo I'm pretty sure isn't sore and itchy. I could be wrong, but I don't think it is. So it's probably something else, but it's changing the color of my lips and it's making my lips lighter in areas. And oh my god, I look like a crazy woman. And then I'm going to use my Dior lip oil in the shade, what shade is this? Rosewood. Oh, this is, I love this lip oil so much. I swear my makeup preferences has changed so much. Before I used to love a matte lip just because I have fuller lips, but now I'm like, give me all the gloss. So that is it. Let me take this off. I should probably do my baby hairs, but that is the look. I feel like I've rambled a lot and it's been so hard to film, do my makeup and make it look relatively decent, but I tried my best and it looks similar to the look that I did in one of my other videos where somebody requested for me to do the look. So this is it, but in the form of a get ready with me as opposed to a tutorial, because this didn't come out how I wanted it to, but we'll make it work. But thank you all so much for watching. Like I mentioned, all the products will be listed in the description box down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.